you advising me to be quiet? Is you telling me to be quiet?
To be respectful when the jury
Are you telling me to be quiet, or are you asking me?
I'm asking you and advising you.
Okay, thank you for correcting that, because don't nobody tell me what to do. I don't tell nobody else what to do.
I'd appreciate
we're all adults in here. I've never told you to do anything at all.
Sir, I'd appreciate if your tone of voice would change.
I would appreciate if you would ask me. I'm a grown man with grown kids. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me like that. Nobody.
This guy is such a jack, whatever. I mean, I won't use that word. Day after day, hour after hour, practically minute after minute, this guy accused of committing last year's Waukesha, Wisconsin Christmas parade attack, Darrell Brooks, who is representing himself, continues to make a mockery of the trial with explosive outbursts, daily sparring sessions with both the judge and witnesses, which have led to him being thrown out of the courtroom practically into timeout. Today he was back at it again, and I need to repeat myself. This must be maddening for the victims who survived and for the family members of those who died. Brooks is accused of killing 6 and injuring over 60. On November 21st, 2021, he allegedly broke through barricades and intentionally drove his SUV through the annual Christmas parade. The 40-year-old faces 76 criminal charges, including 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. He's pled not guilty. The trial has gone off the rails basically from the beginning, including absurd arguments from Brooks as to why he's not guilty, most notably because he's somehow a sovereign citizen, not under the jurisdiction of the government, and therefore the law doesn't apply to him. As part of that argument, he repeatedly objects to being called his name in court, and today Brooks was back at it again. At one point, the judge had to clear the courtroom again because of an outburst.
Nobody got to answer no questions.
Mr. Brooks, please refrain from interrupting. You'll have an opportunity to ask your questions.
I have an objection of how stuff got to the table without my knowledge. That should be known. That should at least be noted for the record.
It was
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Your objection's noted. It's overruled. Go ahead, Attorney Abrams.
So that needs to stop happening.
In addition to the
all right, I'm going to excuse the jury.
All right, for the jury.
Can't keep doing stuff without. It should be a fair trial. That's my right.
There were more combative exchanges with witnesses, like badgering Waukesha Police Department Detective Justin Rowe for looking at the jury.
I was called at home to come in and help the departments with the investigation.
And just so we clear for the record, is the jury asking you questions or me? When I ask a question, he turns towards the jury as if they're the ones asking the question.
That's not a question, Your Honor.
It is a question.
I'm here to present the case to the jury.
But for the sake of making sure you hear the questions right, wouldn't it be fair to say that you should pay attention to the questions being answered?
And seemingly, he's doing anything he can to get under the judge's skin.
What you're doing is not fair. I can't even rebut what you're saying. I didn't interrupt you. I let you make your incorrect record.
Mr. Brooks, I'm bringing the jury out and we're continuing. We're going to get through these witnesses.
And I'm not stopping you from doing that.
Through your behavior, you're not going to delay these proceedings today.
I'm not trying to delay the proceedings, so I wish you would stop being incorrect on the record and saying what I'm trying to do if you don't know that. You don't know what I'm trying to do.
I'm bringing the jury out. I'm not going to argue with you.
Judge Jennifer Darrow has clearly had enough, but for some reason, she continues to put up with his antics.
Mumbling and interruptions during the proceedings. I haven't made a record of them today, but I will now. Started at 9:01, then there was 5 at 9:02, 3 at 9:03, 4 at 9:04, 1 at 9:05, sorry, 2 at 9:05, 1 at 9:06, 3 at 9:08.
Sadly, we don't have time to play that entire clip, but the judge went on and on, naming interruptions minute by minute. And at this point, she is used to this. Just yesterday, they got in a heated exchange with her tossing him out.
Mr. Brooks, I'm advising you that continued interruptions will result in you forfeiting your right to be present in this courtroom.
Under what law and fact can you do that?
Illinois versus Allen.
Okay, but the fourth option that you made up, that's not even in the law?
Mr.
Because you
Brooks,
can't do that.
I need to make a
By law, you
ruling.
can't do that.
I need to
And
make
you
a
know you
finding.
can't.
All right, I'm going to excuse everyone. Mr. Brooks is being removed from the courtroom.
And at the beginning of the trial, Brooks, of course, took off his shirt in a courtroom temper tantrum, as one would. The jury heard more damning evidence today against Brooks. They've already heard witness after witness identify him as the perpetrator, but today they were taken to a facility to view the red SUV used in the attack, which is registered to one Darrell Brooks' mother, and even heard from a DNA expert who confirmed the DNA on the steering wheel of the SUV belonged to, yes, Darrell Brooks.
So the odds of it being Mr. Brooks' DNA versus some other random person in the world are very, very rare.
The highest number we'll report is greater than 1 quadrillion. So this is higher than the number than, we're reporting greater than 1 quadrillion, but the number is actually higher than that.
And then there's, of course, the video of Brooks running near the parade after the incident. Look, you know, there's nothing funny about this. Lost in all the chaos of the victims, who range in ages from 8 to 79. But I'm at the point where I don't know why the judge doesn't just throw him out of court already. For good. Joining us again, Jesse Weber, attorney and host for the Law and Crime Network, which has been airing the entire trial, which I found it. Jesse, good to see you again. Why doesn't she throw him out? Just for good.
Well, I tell you, this is the most unhinged day, and I actually thought she was going to. We are coming towards the conclusion of the trial. I think she doesn't want to throw him out. It complicates matters. It's, as I said before, she is giving him every opportunity to present his case. She's preserving a record for appeal. I don't think she wants to create any issue where a court could say, you know what, you were unfair towards him. I really think that she's just saying, you know what, I'll silence him when I have to, but I don't want to throw him out of the court if I don't have to. Look, this is a judge who is showing more restraint than any judge I've ever seen in any other courtroom. I've seen judges yell at attorneys for far less. To have this guy be incredibly disrespectful to the court and the overall process. I've seen defendants represent themselves, but at least they have some semblance of when to be quiet and when to speak. Not here.
Well, and what will happen is if they don't, the judge will say, done. This isn't working, et cetera. Now, he's also claiming that one of the jurors actually flipped him off in the case. This is number 4. Let's play this piece of sound.
I noticed that one of the jurors, the lady in the black that's closest to the screen in that corner chair over there, I recognize her from my initial appearance. She flipped me off coming in to my initial appearance and coming out. I know it's her for a fact. I've seen her about like how I'm looking at you right now, so I know for a fact that's her. I don't want that to end up being an issue. Is this some type of way that could be addressed by Your Honor?
Mr. Brooks, you had an opportunity to exercise preemptory strikes and even to question jurors about that. You chose not to. So at this point, any issue you have with that juror is waived.
So he's basically throwing everything at the wall, right? He's saying, I'm a sovereign citizen, I'm not subject to your laws, but then he's actually treating this like it's a real case and pretending to be a lawyer.
Pretending to be a lawyer,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I mean, he's hit everything. He's trying to say it's identification, it's sovereign citizens, the government out to get him. There's an opening statement that he's going to present tomorrow, which I am fascinated to see because I don't know where he's going to go with this. The problem is I can't tell if he's trying to legitimately put on a defense or he's trying to delay everything, right? There has been an argument. There's been a rumor. He's trying to do everything his way to get kicked out of the court, have a contempt charge thrown against him. He'll have to get a lawyer. He'll delay the proceedings. The judge is not going to do that. I honestly don't think he's really trying to delay everything. I think he legitimately believes that he is convincing this jury that he's the victim, that the whole government is out to get him, that his rights are being violated. I believe that's what's going on here. He just has this warped perception of what's happening.
Real quick, he hasn't explained why there's video of him running away.
Oh, right. It's not him. You know what I mean? It's not him.
Okay. It's not him. That. Okay. Jesse Weber, good to see you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.